All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Pelper, and welcome to the channel. Today, I got a crazy story to you, and this is when I did math with a cereal. Oh dear. Before I get started, I want to say if there are any feds watching, these stories are all fiction, wink, wink, and totally not real. Every video I make is with harm reduction and educational value in mind, and I do not encourage anyone, especially minors, to do the things that I have done or said in this video, especially this one. This one is the one that makes you that makes you crazy. You shouldn't be doing that. So yeah. So I thought this night was gonna go completely normal. Like I met this girl one other time before, and she was my friend's friend. So I was like, oh, okay, like she's probably cool. Um, so my friend's boyfriend, we'll call him Numbers, picks me up with my friend, um, Alyssa in the car, right? So me and Alyssa, we are just kind of talking in the back. She's like, "Hey, my friend's gonna come. Is that okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, she's cool." Now I already knew this girl was a past addict for Fetty, right? But like, we don't judge. We listen and we don't judge. Peace and love. But she was in the car and we were just chilling, and immediately, this girl who I will call Casey, Casey, she is like, "Hey, what's up? Like, we're just talking, throwing shit. They're the kind of people that will like get high in the car. I don't think they do it anymore because I don't think my friend has a car, but like their boyfriend had a car, Numbers had a car, so Numbers would be like throwing back like a bong or whatever and passing it around and shit like that. So we were just chilling, doing that shit. Um, and so I'm going around enjoying it, talking to her, and she's like, "Oh, by the way, I'm on meth." Like the whole car stops. Like, excuse me, you just got out of rehab, girl. But, we listen and we don't judge. We listen and we don't judge. So I decide, hey, like, what are we doing today? Like, I'm just asking, not decide, but I just like asking, what are we doing today? And they're like, we want to go to the beach because it's like our anniversary thing, and we want to hang out with friends and stuff like that. And I'm like, hell yeah, why not? We all go to the beach. And so they're just talking about just fucking each other. Casey and Andrea. So Casey and Andrea, they are just talking about like fucking each other like right in front of the boyfriend. And the boyfriend is was gonna leave town in like a couple months. So like he was being very strange. Just that night. Like I met with him before plenty of times, like multiple times. So Numbers was like pretty cool, at least to me that I knew of. But at one point they were just like talking shit, talking back and forth, and I was like, okay, like clearly you guys like have some sort of like homoerotic thing going on, which like that's great, but in front of your boyfriend, right? So I'm getting hungry, so I'm like, hey, can me and Numbers go and get snacks? And they're like, yeah. So we go and get snacks. Um, we I also get like pajama pants because I want a fluffy pajama pants. I don't know. I don't know why I even said that. But Numbers was like, hey, like, what's up? Like, how are you? Like, how are you doing? Like, that's that kind of thing. And I was like, good. Like, what's up? I heard you're moving. Like, is there a reason why? And he just starts explaining to me, like, at the Walmart. And we start driving back to the beach. So we go back to the beach. And it is like nighttime, by the way. It is probably like 11 at night. And they are like just like talking back and forth, whatever. And we get over, and then Andrea was like, hey, is it cool if I do some too of the meth? Because she had it with her, Casey. So Casey, she was like, are you sure? Yeah. And she was like, yeah. So at first, like, that was giving me a good vibe, being like, oh, are you sure? And like, I wouldn't have any access to it in any other way. So I'm not saying that this is like 100% her fault, because like, if I said no, it probably wouldn't have continued the night. But like, I realized very, very quickly that she wasn't the person to start you on it, but she was the person to finish you on it, if that makes sense. Like, so she's like, yeah, okay. And so I go, yeah, can I try some too? Like, it's probably gonna be like a one done thing. I don't have a dealer, which like, thank God it was. I hated that shit, but we'll get to that. So we basically smoke on this foil, and I remember so vividly, like, every moment of it. I remember looking at these little rocks, and like they weren't they're like white, but like a slight off brown, like just the slightest off brown. And so I don't know if it was like shit, which probably it was, to be completely honest, but like I just like didn't know anything about it. Like I was literally asking her like, can we overdose on this? Da 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 da. And she was like, oh no, like you're gonna have a heart attack first, and that's only with people with heart problems. Which, like, isn't that technically an overdose? Right. But anyway, so we start doing it on the beach, and we can barely get anything. I remember watching like this little rock, like it's on a piece of oil, little rock, and then they put like fire under it, and it's just like it turned and bubbled so fast. And I remember like being scared, being nervous, but I also remember thinking, this is gonna hurt, isn't it? Like if I inhale this is gonna hurt me. Like weed, I'm already a cougher when I'm smoking, you know? Which, like, wonderful, amazing, but like this is gonna hurt me, isn't it? Because this shit smells like pure plastic. Like if you melted a plastic straw like over the fire as a kid, that's the exact smell it has, which is insane. Because why are we doing stuff that smells like plastic? So there's this straw that we get from a tampon end. Like if you've ever seen the edge of a tampon, which like it's like small and you can like, you know. So we like suck up this. We can barely get it because of the wind, you know. So but I remember the first thing I'm thinking, and this was really scary, like looking back, because if I like stopped there, it probably like could have fucked with me. But I remember doing it and being like, this is just such a smooth and mild experience. Like when I was first starting it, I was like, this is so this is not what people were saying, you know. This is so smooth. Like it was the smoothest smoke I have ever smoked. And it's like I smoke all kinds of types of weed. I have smoked cigarettes. I have smoked everything. That felt like breathing air, which is like scary as fuck now that I think about it. But I remember even remarking like, wow, it's so mild. Like you would think like it's really strong, but it's just like you get to taste the plastic and it's just very smooth, you know. And she was like, yeah, like it's not that much, you know, it's very little. So like, but she's like, since it's not working, do you guys want to go to Andrea's house, right? And so we were like, yeah, okay. So we all load everything into the car. We load up. We go to Andrea's house, and then we go into this back room that she has. And basically, there is, like I said, there's four of us, so three other people besides me. And we start smoking. We start going at it. You know, we start. It's not good. We spend basically all night into morning doing it. Now I have ADHD, so I didn't feel anything at first. Here's the thing: when you, at least my experience, do it, you don't feel very much anything until you have had way, way, way too much. You know? And by the time I realized like what was happening was like the next day, like when I was home, because I didn't know how long this shit lasted. I was thinking like maybe like Molly, like 5 hours or like something like that. But I also knew it could last longer if you do more, but probably not like a full day, right? Now, with these three people, this girl, um, Casey, is like, hey, are you feeling it yet? Are you feeling it yet? Specifically to me. Specifically to me. There were two other people there. And to put in perspective, you know those little baggies that they put like other drugs in, all those kind of things? It was in one of those and it was pretty much full. Like it was full of rocks, and it was like one half baggie was like to the three people, like the three people, but she kept going, do you feel it? You should take more, you should take more, you should take more, to me. So I realized very quickly I ended up doing basically half the other bag, because when I stood up is when I felt it. And now let me tell you, I will never ever do it again. I swear to God, I'm actually like kind of glad for this, and I'll tell you why. But when I stand up, my head starts pounding. I'm dizzy. My chest hurts. I can't even like think right now. Like everyone else is going back and forth, talking shit, shooting the shit, you know, just being silly, da da da, talking about traumas. Like they're explaining their like deepest traumas to each other. Like she was like, yeah, you know, like, and I'm only gonna say obviously the person that tried to fuck with me, trauma, because realistically, I don't know, but she was like, yeah, no, like, I had like an abusive boyfriend. I had like all these shitty things, and it's like I have a long string of abusive boyfriends, da da da. And I felt for her in that moment, you know, and I really wanted to share my thing of like the abusive boyfriend stuff like that. But I something in me couldn't. Like I remember sitting there like the entire time, even if I wanted to talk with my head pounding, like even when we were going around in the circle, like I was just like quiet. Now, if you know me, I'm a fucking oversharer. I love oversharing. I don't care who it's to. I love telling people just like everything about me because like I feel like if you want to know me, you should know me, you know? Like we should be friends, and like if I bring up something and it's a joke and then you're worried about it, like I can prevent that, you know? But anyway, so like there's like a little bit left at the end of the night, but my head's pounding. I'm like, I'm tapping out, I'm tapping out. And she kept going, you sure? Are you sure? Like throughout the night, like I get up at one point and I literally throw up, and I like throw up and I don't feel it like leave me, if that makes sense. Like instead of like the, you know, like that, I was like a water tin being tipped over. Like I was fucking dead, just so bad. It hurt. Everything hurt. Now, I end up getting really anxious at some point, but I'm still kind of chilling there. Eventually, Numbers pulls me into a fucking room and is like, oh, like I just like I feel bad about leaving because like I feel like she's broken and I can fix her. Which is like that's a wild fucking thing to say about a woman. Like that's a wild fucking thing. But I was like, okay, weirdo. Like what the fuck? But we leave that room, go back outside, and they're doing the rest of it in a fucking dab rig. So they're doing meth dabs, and then like which I'm imagining is stronger because you can get like everything out of it. And literally same thing. Do you want some? Are you sure you don't want some? But I'm like, no, 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 no. Something's not right. Something not right with this. I don't feel good. You know. So I leave eventually, and I go to my ex's house, who is still my friend. And Emmett, if you're seeing this, hi. And I'm like, I am on meth right now, and I need like somewhere to go that isn't home because I'm fucking tweaking. So, I know my ex's parents like they aren't home; they're at work. So I go there, and their little sisters are looking at me with big fucking eyes, like they're two twin sisters, just trying to figure out what is wrong with me. Because to me, I couldn't tell there's anything wrong. But looking at the pictures from that night, I was so far fucking gone. Like, oh my god. But I'm up for 3 days after this. Keep in mind, a 1 day mistake up for 3 days after, right? So I'm trying to like live like my thing. I'm at home for like 2 of the days because I'm like, I cannot go out there. I cannot eat. I cannot do anything right now, right? So 2 of the fucking days, I'm out there just, you know, in my room, I'm watching Breaking Bad, and like the only good part about this, and the only thing that was funny, is like when people were like, not people, when Hank in the show was like, so you were up for 3 days doing meth, having sex, no food, no water. Like, what the fuck do you think meth is? Yeah, that's probably what he was doing. Like, but anyway, so we are doing our so like I'm going home and I'm watching Breaking Bad and stuff like that. But the next day I'll realize I have fucking work, so I'm expected. But day three, I gotta be down. I gotta be down. I end up in work, fucking tweaking. I was like, it was a very busy day. I worked at this place where they had Taco Tuesdays, and it would be very very cheap tacos. So it would be Taco Tuesday, and we'd be enjoying Taco Tuesday stuff like that. Not really enjoying it, but just getting through it. And so I was like, hey, what can I do? Because it would hit a slow spot and I'm tweaking. Like, I need something to do. Like, I need something to make this day go faster. Because the thing about it, too, is it made the day go fast, but it also made it slow at the same time. And it's like, why? Why? You know? And so they're like, yeah, you can go clean the grates, or like the drain, not the drain, the grates, or like where the grease traps are, if that makes sense, like in the top of the ceiling. So like, so like grease doesn't get on the ceiling or whatever. Those things, yeah, they told me to go clean it, and I was like, yeah, tell me why it's a 5 minute task. Like, you just spray it down, you wipe it down, and then you spray it down again. Tell me why. I was in there for 2 hours, but since it was so fucking busy, nobody noticed. I came out drenched, head to fucking toe. Like, just like, and when you clean things on meth, it feels like it's never clean. Like, that's why I was in there so long. Like, I was literally like getting under it in between. Shit like that. Shit that like hasn't been cleaned like that in like fucking since I got here. You know? Like, nobody has taken the time to do that 2 hours. So I guess, you know, great. And the next day, I go home. I crash the fuck out. I just fall asleep. And I feel like shit the next day. It's terrible, but, you know. And so the reason why I say I'm actually kind of glad for this experience is a couple years later, because I've never done it again. And a couple years later, I'm talking with like my girlfriend, and we think she has to leave to go back to her country just for a little while to go visit like old family, because like one of her like family members had an issue, and like she thought she'd have to leave, and it'd be a while, so we were getting all emotional about it. And so my mom was calling us, trying to make us feel better, which she didn't end up having to go. Everything fixed itself, thank God. Um, but my mom was like, "Oh, by the way, like you don't gotta feel bad. Like his birth mom did meth." And so like I have a family addiction with math, like a family history addiction with math. So like at the end of the day, like I know it sounds crazy, but I'm genuinely like so proud of myself for having that experience at the same time, because like if I would have found it out later in life and like loved it and had someone who didn't try to like purposefully overdose me, then I probably wouldn't have been happy. But back to the main story. Um so come to find out later that that Casey stole from my friend and was trying to steal like her entire look, like entirely. It's so funny, like even like down to like Snapchat stories with pictures. So she just got really weird all of a sudden, and then was like, "Hey, I can't be around anyone. Like I have to leave state." Da da da. Come to find out, a so she leaves state, but come to find out, a news article drops in our local news, uh, where the title is something along the lines of local group of teens overdose half a dozen people today, and they were caught. um and one of the names was her name. So yeah, I have a very strong suspicion the reason she didn't try to overdose me with fentanyl is because she didn't have any and she was fresh out of rehab. um However, on another funny note, um there's no funny note. That's it. That's it. If you guys liked the video, please like, subscribe, follow me, whatever you want. And thank you for being here. I love ya. Bye.